is it's everything that you need so that when you present the idea, it not only is well organized, but all of the diligence is well organized too. To me, that really sets into motion a very good impression from whoever you're talking with.
Absolutely, and that's the other thing, that you're clearly going to impress an investor or a lender with this type of reporting, even if you've only accomplished a certain, like if you're a startup. They're going to trust that you are now aware of all the steps that you will need to take in the future going forward. And then they'll be able to use this as an auditing tool to go back maybe 2 or 3 times over the next year and see how much of this you've accomplished that they just gave you the money for. And again, one of the other really great benefits is because this is a collaborative tool. You can have shareholder meetings, and you could have shareholders anywhere in the world, and you could all be logging on to this together, and you could be seeing this all of this information, and make decisions together. You could have a board meeting using this type of reporting without everybody having to go, to actually
be sitting in the same room. In fact, you just described
exactly.
It's a virtual meeting, and by using your tool, gee, that really answers a lot of questions. I was sitting here thinking to myself, if I'm putting an idea together, but I have people around the world or around the country, can they log on and see what I've done so they can look at the reports and I can get a lot of feedback, even though they're not in the same room? And boy, that's neat, because more and more, because of the advent of the internet, we are absolutely connected in ways we've never been connected before. This is a real neat connection tool too.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's what it does is it gives you access to investors and lenders anywhere. So you are not restricted to walking into a bank, a local bank in your town, and having to deal with the same banker over and over again who keeps continuously rejecting you.
Wait, I want you to roll back there a second, because you lost me on something.
Okay.
Tell me what you mean I'm connected. I could be connected with lenders anywhere. Does Funding RoadMap have a way of connecting to lenders outside of my immediate area?
Oh, yes. We have a marketplace, which I'll show you as soon as I just want to
finish this category. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, no, that's okay. Actually, you know what? I just realized I can go here and do this and take you to the marketplace.
Okay.
So we built a marketplace. So once you have completed the funding roadmap, you can post it on this marketplace, and you can show, for example, your video, which is included in the funding roadmap. It's included in the executive summary section, and they can watch a video of your prototype of a product, an interview of a management team, or they could read an executive summary. And then if they're interested, they can contact you by email. And it's all done a blind email.
Neat.
So, yeah. So yes. And we believe that if, the funding roadmap had been incorporated and adopted years ago before the crash, there could have been an entire database of millions of companies who had already filled out this type of reporting, and the banks who have now supposedly paralyzed from fear of not trusting the information because there's no transparency, they would now have complete transparency in this type of reporting. So now you've compiled all this information, and now the next part is the due diligence. What is the due diligence? Well, now they're going to ask you, have you done these things? And they're going to want to see the actual documents to support what you say you've actually done. So what we've done is we've given you the ability to upload right into the funding roadmap all of the supporting documents, your articles of incorporation, bank statements, tax returns, whatever. And all you have to do is, click and open it up, and there it is. So this is another one of the problems that is sort of epidemic in the way that due diligence is done today, because today your clients come into your office with piles of things, and you have to go through it and make sure that everything is there. In this system, it's all done in alphabetical order. If something's missing, you can see it immediately, and then you can request that they upload it into the system so that it's available for you to review, and then to make sure that everything is complete and accurate, and then to introduce the bank into the system for review, along with the loan applications, which we also incorporated into the funding roadmap. So this is a seamless login to do any kind of lending or investing, where all the information is securely stored online, available anytime from anywhere. Even during a crisis, for example, if you were in Hurricane Katrina or Rita, or the oil spills or the fires in California, or any number of natural disasters that happen, unfortunately, way too often, you could go and talk to FEMA and have all of this information available for them to quickly provide you with an emergency loan.
Well, this is the use, excuse me, Ruth, this is the use
Sure.
of our cloud technology, which could have played a huge role in natural disasters, but really plays a role also in giving you the opportunity to store things online, which makes it a little easier when you're talking to people and you're not always in the same location as your home office or whatever. You can, this is a browser. I mean, I could go to any computer as long as I can log in, right? And I could pull this information up as long as I have an account with Funding Roadmap.
That's right. You could go on your smartphone. You could go on your iPhone, your Android phone, and you could log in and get all this information as well.
It's a heck of a tool. I'm very impressed. I'm curious about something, though. When I am taking advantage of your marketplace, can I, as a company, can I protect my anonymity too, or are there security ways that you handle that so that I can be a little careful with how I handle the marketplace?
Absolutely. So we have two options. You can publish it to the marketplace. You can show your video, executive summary, put up the amount you're looking for, and then write a little short, like, sort of a Twitter kind of thing here. Or you can keep it private, and then you can invite people in. You create the private reviewer accounts, so nobody can log in without you creating their secure login and password. And then you lock the account. So you lock the account, and then when they log in through the reviewer login, which is right there, they have to then register, and then their registration matches up with the login, and then they're good to go. So there is a lot of security built into the system.
That's good, because a lot of times people's ideas are not necessarily needed to be, if you will, pushed to the public, but you would have a select group of people that would want to see them, and you can do it by invitation only. I like that a whole lot. Yeah, I like that a whole lot.
And then they can leave you messages, so you can communicate within the system. They can give you some of their feedback and some thoughts they've had. Again, if you have a group of investors, if you have an angel group that's investing, there could be a whole bunch of them that are, putting their 2 cents into this, and this way you can keep track of what their ideas are and their thoughts are.
That's very smart, Ruth, because you could do the same thing with a select group of bankers, too, and give them the idea, look at the business plan and the due diligence reports, and let them almost, if you will, preview what you've got so that you can see if there's any strengths that you need to, if you will, accentuate and minimize the weaknesses that they see. It's really a nice tool to be able to do that with.
Right. And then as far as on the educational side, this is where, we think this is extremely exciting for ASBDC counselors, because if I wanted someone's help, for example, in only a certain section of the funding roadmap, I could create a secure login and password for them and then check the boxes of the sections that I wanted to give them access to changing. But then they would not have access to change the other sections that I may not want their help in, because I might have 2 or 3 people working on this with me. I might have a lawyer, an accountant, and a counselor, and a coach, or or I might be using this in a classroom and have my entrepreneurial professor helping me. There's just so many applications for this.
Ruth, you've really taught me a lot in a space of about 27 minutes. What I was going to tell everybody who's listening is this. We are recording this, and as soon as I can, I will get it both up on the ASBDC website and also the website for Ginormous, which is the ASBDC training site. Ruth, is there anything else in the due diligence category that you want to talk to our audience about?
Well, this little piece right here, actually, we have actually connected Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter to the funding roadmap. And so if you were the reviewer looking at this, you would be able to connect directly to my Facebook page or my LinkedIn page and see the kind of business associates, friends, followers that our company has or that I have personally, which I think is extremely important in today, the way we do business today. You can also see this from the marketplace. Let's see if I can get back there. Mm-hmm. But while I'm talking and moving around, I'd love to get some questions from people.
Well, let's take a look at the questions and see. I've got questions here. Hang on just a moment. Okay. I'll read them out loud so everybody can see them.
Okay. So there's the Twitter and
Facebook. We have a fan named Sam who has asked us, how is the pricing structured?
Okay. So it's a subscription, and it's $59.95 a year. So basically $60, which gets you the entire reporting system and a year's listing on the marketplace.
Okay. Okay. One more question came in that says, and I don't know, you probably do, I don't know if it's on the website. It's asking about statistics on banks who have not just a local or regional focus. I think the question reversed might be, how many national banks do you know of here that are aware of the funding roadmap? I saw Wells Fargo. They're national, obviously.
Right. Well, actually, when we launched last year, we went and started partnering because the banks were paralyzed and in their whole nightmare that we all know of. So it was really impossible. We tried to get in touch with bankers, but they were telling us, a lot of them were saying, look, we don't even know if we're going to be employed next week or if our bank's going to even be open next week. And so what we decided to do was to go and start to introduce our technology to the entrepreneurial community. So we have a partnership with the Cisco Entrepreneur Institute, and they market our technology along with their workshop curriculum. We also have a partnership with, this is actually brand new, and we're very excited about this, the California Hispanic Chamber, that has 65 chambers and access to the interests of over 700,000 Hispanic business owners. And this is the type of marketing that we'd really love to do with all the ASBDC members on their website. And it's a very simple landing page, explains the funding roadmap, and then there's a button that clicks, and it takes their members to the subscription page. Mm-hmm. And we do have a revenue sharing program as well that that I'd be glad to discuss with anyone on the call. So these are some of the kind of partnerships that we have, and we have just started to discuss this technology with banks, not only Wells Fargo, but the Royal Bank of Canada. Interestingly enough, we are in discussions with them as well.
Well, Ruth, I tell you, it is a lot to take in. I am tickled that you had time for us today. Thank you so much. We are now at the end of our WebByte session. I will make the recording available to everyone who would like it on the ASBDC website and also on the ASBDC Ginormous. Ruth, I know you want a copy of it also, and we'll get you a copy. We will certainly, anyone that has any follow-up questions, you can direct them to Ruth. Ruth, what would be the email that I would use if I had a question for Funding Roadmap?
info@fundingroadmap.com.
That's easy enough. Well, with that, I want to thank everybody for attending. Ruth Hedges, we really appreciate it, and we will talk with you again. Thank you for introducing us to the due diligence section of the Funding Roadmap.
Thank you, Alan, so much for all of your help.
You're welcome. Bye for now.
And thank you all for joining.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.